Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, and I am so excited because today is the day. Not only is today officially the start of the League of Legends offseason, free agency, all that stuff, we're going to finally not only be getting more rumors, more news, more speculation, but finally be getting official news, speculation, announcements, people actually signing contracts, all that stuff. But also excited because it looks like we finally have a finale to the Rekkles story. It looks like he has a new home, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. But before we get into that, make sure you guys check out the first link in the description below for my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. I reached out to Jacob Wolf today, and I actually got co-streaming rights. I am allowed to co-stream the Jacob Wolf esports, whatever you want to call it, free agency show tonight, and that is so hype. That is so exciting. This is going to be a stream that you do not want to miss as soon as this video goes live. I'm recording this video, posting it, making the thumbnail, all that stuff, and then I will be live on Twitch up until the start of the free agency show and throughout the entire free agency show. So make sure you guys come hang out. It's going to be an absolute banger. Drop a follow, maybe a prime, maybe a sub. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So we learned, probably, I would guess like a week ago, that Rekkles was most likely not going to be playing in the LEC. It looked like all of the LEC 80 carry slots had been filled. So then it was, what's Rekkles going to do? Is he going to stream? Is he going to sit out? Is he going to go to NA? We really didn't know what was going on. We really didn't have a ton of answers. But recently, ex-Maddie, it looks like he's going to be going to BDS, so Kcorp had an opening at the 80 carry position. Jack Spectra, an ERL 80 carry that got considered for a couple LEC teams, but just didn't crack that LEC hurdle. It looked like he was going to Kcorp. It looked like Jack Spectra and Kcorp had an agreement and a settlement in place, but today everything changed. Today everything got crazy. Today everything got insane, and I'm a little bit frustrated. I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little bit annoyed, because I was actually talking about this news on my stream last night. A lot of people were posting this rumor, maybe where the new home for Rekkles was. And I was going to make a video. I was going to talk about it, but everyone was kind of like, oh, no, it's just a joke. Oh, no, they're just trolling. Oh, there's no way it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So I talked myself out of it. I didn't make the video. And then now it looks like it's actually happening, because Jack Spectra did tweet this out. He said, what a crazy offseason it's been so far. If you told me a few months ago I'd be nearly LEC, then failed to get any LEC for some reason, only to get replaced by Rekkles and ERLs of all people, I would never believe it. And I believe this is like a little bit of a copy pasta, memeing on some other people, posting some stuff from other people. We did have Wooloo saying Jack Spectra has had the unluckiest offseason I've ever heard of, from almost getting the LEC teams to then settling to Kcorp and now heading into a new team. Sad that this verbal agreement was canceled, but respect to Kcorp for warning him before Rekkles was done, which, it's just obviously very crazy. I know I tweeted about this as well. Let me find it. I didn't have it pulled up. Fosty tweeted this out, this picture of Kcorp Rekkles, because this is what everyone is talking about right now. There is a lot of people saying nothing is done, nothing was official, but that was earlier in the day. It does seem like things are more done and more official now. It seems like we are going to be getting Kcorp Rekkles, and this is crazy, and it looks like not on loan. It looks like Kcorp is going to be buying him out. Carlos was talking about this potential loan situation with maybe a buyout plan for the future. But no, it looks like they were able to get this done, and this is crazy. I mean, insane in a lot of ways. Rekkles, he won Spring Split MVP, right? And now a year later, he's in ERLs. Super weird. That's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. There's a ton of jokes about how Rekkles is just going to be absolutely smurfing in ERLs, and how funny it's going to be to watch. But also understanding the brand that Kcorp is, the viewership, the fan base, everything that they have, and then also the brand, viewership, fan base, sponsors, all this stuff that Rekkles has. It's going to be insane. And yes, I'm very confident that he's absolutely going to smurf in ERLs. His games are going to have insane viewership. Kcorp's going to become more popular than they already are. And I've heard some takes already of people saying stuff like, okay, well, Rekkles is going to play one split for Kcorp, maybe even less. He's going to look like he's absolutely smurfing, and then he's going to be back in the LEC. And I think that's a fine take. Yeah, Rekkles can go smurf. He can wait till some 80 carry on some team sucks, until some team, is underperforming, and then they start, begging for him back, whatever. Maybe Kcorp buys Rekkles right now for cheap, cheap from G2. It seems like Carlos was getting pretty desperate. Maybe they got a good deal. Maybe they'll sell him off to some team in the summer and just make some money. And yes, that is absolutely possible. It is very possible. But the more interesting potential option here is that we have heard in 2023 multiple times from guys like Wooloo, other sources, that in 2023 the LEC is considering a move to 12 teams. We know that Kcorp is going to be one of those teams that's applying. I don't know if they'll get accepted. I don't know if they'll have the money for the application fees, all that stuff. I don't know. But Kcorp's going to be in the mix. And how crazy would that be if Rekkles plays this whole year in ERLs, an entire year of Academy Rekkles? He smurfs, they win a couple European Masters, whatever. Kcorp brand goes crazy, Rekkles stock goes up. All these people that, right now, Rekkles is getting a lot of hate. I think he's underappreciated in a lot of ways. I think people are going to, I think in a couple months, people are really going to be wishing their team had gone for Rekkles, and maybe, even G2 had wished they, maybe hung on to Rekkles. We'll see. So I think it'll be cool to Rekkles. He'll be able to go get the appreciation he deserves. He'll get to pop off, all that stuff. And then, say Kcorp applies and gets into the LEC in 2023, and that's how we see the return of Rekkles. Get to see him come back to the LEC with the team that was willing to give him an opportunity, take a chance on him, and he, carries them up, builds them up, and then they all crack into the LEC together. That would be an insane storyline. I think it's very, very possible. I think it's almost pretty likely at this point. But either way, even if Rekkles is just with the team for a short time, even if it's a split, even if it's 2 splits, whatever, and then they end up selling him off, it's still going to help them, broaden their audience, broaden their fan base, strengthen their brand, get their name out so much more. So it's really going to help them in the future, whether they decide to stay in ERLs or go to the LEC. And obviously for Rekkles, playing for a team is better than, sitting on the bench at G2. And again, it seems like, G2 didn't appreciate him, didn't like him that much, didn't want him there. So I'm glad he actually gets to go to a home where they're going to fucking love Rekkles at Kcorp. They're absolutely going to appreciate him so much, and it is going to be so awesome to see. Also, the interesting thing here is that, I know I tweeted this out as well, it seems like, my guess is that Rekkles must have really not wanted to go to North America. Obviously, he ends up going to, ERLs. I'm sure he had North American offers. I'm sure there were teams willing to pay the buyout. I'm looking at teams like Cloud9 right now that are fielding Sven. TSM, who knows who their AD carry is going to be. I'm sure EG was probably in on the Rekkles mix. If I had to guess, this does seem like a move where Rekkles just didn't want to go to NA. He wanted to stay in EU. If he's willing to go to an academy team, there's a chance that no one was willing to meet the asking price or whatever. And then that's obviously a very, very interesting part of the whole equation as well. How much did Kcorp pay? Did they pay Carlos's full asking price that seemed to be changing by the day, by the hour, by the minute? What exactly is going on there? And then when will we see Rekkles back in the LEC? What team's it going to be on? How's this going to go? But man, this is an exciting time. This is going to be so good for ERL, so good for European Masters, so good for the young European scene. They're going to get so many players, so much more exposure, so much ad revenue, the brands, the teams, all that stuff. This is going to be amazing. I think this is not the greatest ending. Obviously, Rekkles should be in the LEC, but overall, I think it's a pretty good ending to what has been a crazy story, a crazy saga, and a crazy run. Rekkles goes from 1 game away from World Semifinals in 2019 to MVP in 2020 and then MVP in 2021 and then ERLs in 2022. Super weird, but I'm glad he's ending up with an organization as awesome as Kcorp if this did have to happen. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about KC Rekkles? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to save today and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.